Hi everyone, so welcome back to another edition of our Stocks by Request. In this video, I want to talk about Dito, Converge, PLDT, and Globe for telco-related stocks, mobile slash broadband, and we're going to drill down and talk about the charts. We're going to talk about what the price action is actually telling us. But before that, I want to start and analyze the PSEI first, is what I would normally do. And as you can see right here, let me just pull up the chart for all of you. Uh, you can see right here, PSEI closed at 7,019, up again, back at the 7,000 level once again. Then you have an 8.29 billion pesos value turnover. Then aside from an 8.29 billion peso value turnover, you have around 1.67% movement up. Then it's up around 115 points. That being said, this is how it looks. So what's so interesting about this is when we made the video of this a couple of days ago, it bounced from the 100-day moving average, then two candles bouncing off the 100-day moving average, then it went above already the 6,812 support level. That being said, for the past 4 days, we are seeing the PSEI hold above and stay above the 6,812. So for next week, should the 6,812 level validate itself as a support, the current range where the PSEI will move, the current range where the PSEI will go is 6,812, 6,800 support level, 7,000, 7,349, 7,350 are resistance. You have a short-term resistance around the 7,050 level, but the current narrative and the current progression of the trend for the PSEI is currently moving at this point. So 6,800, and then you have a resistance at the 7,350 level. Please do note also a couple of things. MACD starting to cross up, once again denoting a change in direction, and we already have the RSI starting, or it has already crossed up. Now, I want to start everything off with PLDT from a telco perspective. So this is what PLDT has done and how it's currently moving. PLDT, by the way, for the day, is at 1,370. Value turnovers at 232 million pesos. So it's relatively unchanged also for the day. So if you'll allow me to zoom in here, this is how it is. I'll just erase this. I'll erase this first. So you can see an indecision candle. For those who attended their Stock Smart sessions, you know how significant this is. Wait for the next progression. If it bounces off of that, then walang nagbago dun sa drawing natin from yesterday that the current narrative is this. Bounce from 100-day moving average to the 1,460 resistance. If that does not hold, then the breakdown will lead it here to the 1,300 level. So I repeat, resistance right here, 1,460. Because should it bounce from this particular 100-day moving average, if this does not hold, then the possible movement could bring it to the 1,300 level. That's where we are for PLDT, and this is how it is currently looking. As you can see right here, I could put a range here. It's currently consolidating right now with this level, and the breakout that started July 8, 2020. So from July 8, 2020 to where we are right now, PLDT is still currently consolidating, and the main resistance right now that we're looking at short term, 1,460. Main support right now is at the 1,270 level. So that's where we are right now for PLDT. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that is helping you and giving you guys massive content, because at the end of the day, that's all I want, and that's the reason why we keep doing videos like this, is just to help you guys navigate and trade the markets with confidence. So this is Globe. I'll zoom out so you see it better and you have context also. So if you notice it, Globe is also similar to how PLDT is. It's also currently consolidating. If I'll put a resistance here, it's so textbook sideways progression with the main support line right here. Let me zoom in to see it better. There, so you can see right here, this is our current support line somewhere around the 1,050 level. You have a resistance at the 2,132 mark. Then you have another resistance here, somewhere around this level, as close as you can to the 2,229 level. So Globe, as of now, is currently consolidating. Globe, as of now, is currently moving sideways. It just bounced a couple of days ago, end of January. It started to bounce back at that particular move. So what I want to share for all of you now is this. You have your resistances short term. The 200-day and the 20-day moving average is currently somehow no being our short term resistance for Globe. But for next week, if it breaks past that level, the next possible current movement for this will go to the 2,100 mark as a breakout. Then if it does not break the 20, the 50-day moving average, then the downside target will bring it to the 1956 level. So that's where we are for Globe as of now. Similar to PLDT, the stock is currently moving sideways. 1956 support. You have resistances pegged at the 20 and 200-day moving average. Then you have another resistance at the 2132 level. Then another one right here at 2225. MACD is below zero. RSI is bouncing off oversold levels. So that's where we are for Globe. Very, very clear on how it looks like, similar to the progression of how PLDT is. Before I continue, and I'll just say this for those watching this stocks by request session for the first time, please do note that these are not stock picks. These are not stock tips. Never ever buy, sell, hold a stock just because you hear it off YouTube. It's your money. It's your responsibility. The videos that we're creating here are for informational purposes. That please, 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 right after this, research. Don't just buy just because you hear it off here. It has to be important that you build the framework on where you buy and where you sell based on technical analysis. And this is just me sharing my ideologies on how I would analyze how I would analyze a stock. And I really do hope that it helps you, that you get to see it in the way that I would analyze the stocks as well. So we talked about the PSEI, we talked about PLDT, we talked about Globe. Now let's talk about Converge. So over the past few hours, especially from yesterday, we saw Converge massively move up. But please do note that, as what I've mentioned in the video that we had yesterday, that it already bounced from the 15.45 support level. Then the 20-day moving average turned bullish a couple of days back. The 50-day moving average also turned bullish a couple of days back. Then you also have, if you look at this very, very well, you have the cross here, which is a relatively bullish also signal for Converge as it crossed above the 20 and 50-day moving average. MACD, very, very clear. It's showing us momentum and it's also above zero. One thing to note though, which may show us a bit of downward movement, is RSI trying to cross down. So what I want you to see right now is this. Yesterday, Converge broke out from the 17 peso mark. Today, as you can see, it opened higher. Converge opened at 17.5 pesos per share. It went to as low as 17.06. Then it closed at 17.2. So this is the second day that we are seeing Converge above the 17 peso mark. I repeat, the 17 peso mark based on yesterday's movement is currently the new support for Converge. So 17 peso mark yesterday broke out. Today, it hit that level intraday, then it started to bounce once again. So we are now at the second day for Converge, trying to break out the 17 peso mark. So should it progress higher? I think I mentioned this in the video yesterday. I think the next possible progression for this could be around the 18.4 to 18.6 level. This is all under the notion that it should stay above the 17 peso level. So 17 peso range, currently second day of support. 20, 50-day moving average, currently bullish. MACD bullish. RSI is overbought and it's showing us a bit of movement downward. So that's where we are for Converge. And lastly, I want to talk about Dito. But before I talk about Dito, for those asking about how I analyze this on a technical analysis perspective, and those of you who have been asking when is the next online course for Stock Smarts, I have it in the description below. I think it will be the end of February, and then it's going to run for a couple of days and weeks. Also, it's going to be done over the weekend, but all via Zoom, because for those who don't want to congregate together, we're catering this online course for you. So link is in the description below. And for those who want to know more about me, the videos that I created, the books that I created, everything is in the description below. Anyways, Lastly, Dito. So Dito, as you can see, what's interesting about that is here. I'll zoom in a bit so you see it better. There you go. It's February 5 today. February 3, hit the resistance, drop down. February 4, pushed up a bit, hit the resistance, but did not successfully go above that particular resistance level. For today, it did something that it did not do in a very, very long time, but it broke out from that 14 peso level. Now, that being said, I just want to reiterate that Dito, for the first time, broke above 14 pesos per share. It closed at 14.54. Value turnover is respectable. 827 million pesos of value turnover, up 4% for the day. So dito is up 4%, value turnover 827, resistance at 14 was broken. For the first day, it's now above, it's now turning and converting as the new support level. While I'm saying this, parameters, moving averages, 20, 50, 100-day moving averages are bullish. 200-day moving average is still bullish. MACD is still above zero, denoting the longer trend is still also bullish. Then it's showing us though a change in direction upward. And the trend that I've tried to plot here, as you can see, allow me to zoom out, you'll see it here, boom, it's still pushing, moving higher into its own uptrend. Now for next week, one thing that you must check, one thing that you must judge is the 14 peso level. Check if the 14 peso level will hold. If it does hold, then you have another upward push that could possibly bring dito higher. I just want to reiterate this naman for those who attended our Stock Smart sessions. The one who attended our course, live course in hotel, F1 Hotel and BGC, if you're gonna put a somehow a chart pattern here, this is like a rounding bottom of sorts. So over the next few days also, if 14 peso, if the 14 peso level will hold, and then you have this at 10.6, the possible progression could be 17.4 for the short term, given that the 14 peso level will hold. So as of now, all parameters, moving averages, MACD are bullish. The trend line is also bullish. And allow me to update you over the next few days on how this will possibly, this will possibly progress as a stock. How this will go? Will it actually retrace? And if it does, at what point are the charts showing us signals that it's also time to take profits? So there, we talked about the telco stocks, or at least broadband slash telco stocks, PLDT, Globe, Converge, Dito. Among the four, what do you guys want? What are you holding? Are you Team Dito, Team Converge, Team PLDT, or Team Globe? Put it in the comment section below. And this is what I'm going to do over the next few days. I think over the weekend, we're going to do a Stocks by Request live session once again. It will be in Facebook and YouTube. So feel free to, how do I say this? Feel free to put in your stocks. Then we'll try to add that also to the list. I hope you guys enjoyed the live session that we did yesterday in YouTube and Facebook. But other than that, if you guys have any questions, you can message me via Patreon. This link in the description below, and in Instagram at Marvin Germo. And a heads up, by the way, if you receive a message in Instagram or YouTube giving a WhatsApp number, contacting you daw tong Bitcoin, tapos it's using my name, that's not me. There are some, I don't know kung saan galing yun. They copy your picture and they copy your name, and then they would pretend to be Marvin Germo, and then nag-offer sila ng Bitcoin na number, contacting you. And if you get something like that, please do note that's not me. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this. And I know it's Friday, but I love it when people like you. By the way, I'm live here on TikTok. So for those who are in TikTok that's joining, thank you so much. You get firsthand dibs of what's happening, in YouTube. So there. I hope that this is something that's helping you, and I hope that this is giving you massive value and content wherever you may be in the world. And use this time, use your weekends to grow your skill, use your weekends to grow your knowledge, so that it brings you closer to whatever dreams that you may have, to be financially free, or to have this career, or to have this savings, or to have these investments. Because at the end of the day, this is what I do, and I'll share this. Every time na parang tinatamad ako, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to invest in this, I don't want to work, what I always try to remember is my goals, my dreams, my hopes. Where do I want to be? That if I don't do this right now, then I take a step back from where I want to be, that I take a step back from my hopes and my dreams. So have a goal, have a dream, but put a deadline on it. And then always remember what are the skills that I need for me to be able to hit that dream. What are the skills that I need for me to be able to grow as a person? What are the skills that I need for you to be able to be better? Because please remember this, those watching in TikTok and those watching here in YouTube, it's not about hitting the goal. It's about becoming the person that has the skills that brings value for you to be able to get that goal. So there, I hope that you guys learned a lot from this, and I hope that this is something that's insightful. No live today. Maybe there's no live today in YouTube. This is something that's taped already, but expect more live videos in the coming days. I posted 2 videos in YouTube today. You can check this. You can check it out. Prior to this, we talked about peso cost averaging. Then prior to that, Tagalog video. Nagtagalog ulit ako. And talking about paano ka pwedeng kumita ng pera this 2021. So that's it for now. To everyone who's watching us, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you.